Barty, I think well, I can't be anyway. I mean, I have a medal, a decree from His Eminence, His Hugeness, the Wizard, as normal Barty. So I must be normal.
Meet Sir Barty of Elf's Imperial Army, keeper of the regimental bling. Sir Barty personifies the army. The bling is crucial.
How else am I ever going to be famous unless I buy all the stuff for myself? I mean, it's impossible, isn't it? I mean, if you're going to show off, do it properly.
He's also cannon master.
Quite often they see this on the battlefield and they turn tail and run. We don't even fire a shot. And that's pure intimidation. And it's just wonderful.
Sir Barty is just one of 20 or so elves in the 1st Canterbury Light Infantry, a group which was formed 33 years ago as a response to the Vietnam War. It's fun warfare, non-violent aggression. According to Sir Barty's fellow elves, he's a real eccentric.
A law unto himself, shall we say. He looks good, and plays around a lot, and has us in stitches.
I wish to be carted from one side of Otago to the other in a sedan chair. As you can imagine, the initial response to this was quite negative. Anyway, as all of these ideas, they need time. And of course, depending on the number of people we'll get, we might be able to even take my bath.
You might think a historian would question an organisation like the Imperial Army. You might be wrong.
I think society would be awfully boring if everybody was the same, if everybody conformed. Then, in a sense, you'd never get anywhere because nobody would be wanting to step outside what's considered normal. But in some ways, progress is all about people daring to be different.
Not only different, deserving of admiration.
What I think sets eccentrics apart, of course, is that they have got that confidence to go out and be true to themselves.
We are the soldiers of the Queen. We are the soldiers.
The tricky thing is that you can't make them. The City Council can't go out and say we've got money on offer to create these things. It just doesn't happen. They happen naturally.
No argument from Sir Barty.
It gives people opportunity to see things from a different point of view.
Silence for a cultural interlude.
Things can be arranged or built differently
Swing those hips, Barty.
to what protocol or convention has allowed it to be. To be eccentric is to be free. And there is a difference. So there's probably a very fine difference between eccentricity and madness. And probably best we don't go into that.
How people react often tells which side of the line they think the army's on.
Things that I've noticed is that a lot of people have got a habit of watching things that are kind of slightly outside of the box. And they've got exactly the same expression on their faces, like a bunch of cows looking over a fence. In fact, it's the same one. They sit there and just...
This chap came up to me and he was quite animated and angry and said, "Get a job, you layabout, you horrible man." Ooh! And he was quite frightening. And I looked and I thought, well, gosh. And I said, well, I'm dreadfully sorry and I'll do something about that.
Truth is, he's actually quite normal. Arthur Simmons has got a lifestyle block. He's got a wife. He's even got 3 kids. He may be eccentric, but he's also talented. The first person to design Formica that can be curved, and the designer and builder of a fellow eccentric's award-winning punts.
I think I'm normal and pretty straight, and I have to work for a living like everybody else, and it's other people who think you're eccentric just because you wear old clothes and wallop each other with paper swords.
Elf's Army stands for all that is British and silly. Great institutions like inherited wealth, corgis and weak chins.
This coming from a man with a master's in philosophy.
For myself, I'd say it basically is, it's about playing silly buggers with friends with a shared sense of humour, and who like theatrics but are too lazy or cowardly to actually get into serious acting or reenactment.
They have a sense of fun that we seem to sort of lose whenever we leave the school ground or become great big adults and we take enormous responsibilities and all this sort of carry on. But the ability just to play, get out there, be silly, and just not give a hoot.
And in 33 years, not much has changed.
We're all getting older and we've got proper jobs, and that makes a difference.
These days, the battles are less spontaneous less often, and when they do happen, sometimes it's the weather that wins the day.
Your umbrella is hitting my helmet. Very sorry, sir. Please call the Advanced Expeditionary Force out and assemble them. Very good, sir.
Mr. Shapiro, out here! Yes, sir. I'm going to send you home. There will be no battle today. Victory is ours! Huzzah! Huzzah!
Have we been deserted by the officers? Is this exactly what has happened? Did you see them get into a car and pull away?
Got these post-campaign blues.
Not one of the most memorable outings, but Sir Barty will never forget this blast from the past.
We got on the stage and we was looking very splendid, and the orchestra was belting out the 1812, and it was coming into the last bar. Dum 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 dum. Boom! And off went the cannons, and the flash caught my pants on fire, and I was leaping around the stage trying to put the pants out, and the people thought it was wonderful. It wasn't part of the act at all.
He says it's the fun times that have kept Alf's alive.
A strong future. The fact that it's lasted this long is an indication of that.
I think survival is down to the sort of eccentrics they are. They're not intimidating, they're not threatening, they're not trying to force other people to do what they're doing.
I will probably be an elf until the day I die. And I hope to go out with a bang as well, but I can't see anything else, or anyone else that would probably accept my behaviour.
They might have to put up with him for a while. Valid research shows that with less stress in their lifestyle, eccentrics live longer than the rest of us.
With a cannon like this, and people like me, you can't go wrong, can you? That's about all I can say, really.